Hello, sell-through rate. What a topic. What sales matters more than what's listed. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Sell-through rate is not just a number, it is a signal, actually. It tells you if your inventory is working or just sitting. Not only that, it tells you also what to source, what's selling best depending in which season. It's not about listing more, it's about selling more. Um, let's see in the chat. Okay, come on, let's be honest. Okay, are you tracking how many you list or how many you sell, please? Okay, this is very important. Where are you putting your focus mainly? I would love to see the answers. Okay, I really appreciate it. So, but everybody, welcome. My name is Clara. I am the co-founder of List Perfectly, and yes, today's topic is improve your sell-through rate in 4 weeks. And for that, I have my secret weapon, Trish Glenn, our
Hey,
director of education and events, and your incredible leader and guide in Mastermind and many other sessions in Listing Party. Welcome, Trish.
thank you, Miss Clara. How the heck are you?
Doing good because this topic, I couldn't guys, I just love working with Trish. It's just not only a friend, but it's also, we come from very different backgrounds. She comes from volume. I come from, I like to sell more, but I like to keep, okay, a more a tight inventory with a higher sell-through rate. Trish likes her sell-through rate, but to be more based on volume. So today we're going to be talking about sell-through rate per store, per items. There's so many ways to do this, but we have Trish to make it easy for you. All right. So, Trish, let's break down STR and what actually represents for our resellers, because I know many people go from intimidating or I don't need this. I'm doing so good. My business is doing so profitable. So I know how much I sell. I know how much I listed, but I haven't done it. It's not for me.
Well, I think, for a long time, sell-through rate was just about inventory, what you should buy, right? We would look up the sell-through rate to see if it was worth buying or not. But the thing is, the sell-through rate can be used for a lot more things. And sell-through rate isn't just math, it's inventory awareness. So it's not just about how much you list, how much you sell. It's more about, are you buying the right things? Are you listing the right way for what you have? And so your sell-through rate shows you, breaks it down into two kind of things. Does the product have demand? Is the supply outweighing the demand? Should you even source it? So when you're sourcing, those are the three things that you're kind of looking at, right? Is this worth sourcing? How long will I sit on it? And should you even source it?
Right.
But your store sell-through rate is kind of what we're going to be focusing on for the next 4 weeks. And the reason we're doing that is because sourcing STR is kind of straightforward. You do it once, you can figure it out, you keep moving. Your store sell-through rate is dynamic. It moves. Is your inventory converting? Is your mix balanced? Do you have enough of certain kinds of inventory to keep things moving? Are your listings optimized? Are you have things in the right category? Are enough people seeing them? Sell-through rate exposes friction. Sell-through rate exposes friction, meaning that it shows you where you're not doing the best. And if you can look at it objectively and not just, I bought this, I like it, I want to sell it.
Right. And that's the thing. I love that you just said friction. Let me tag along on that, Trish, because friction means that something needs adjusting. It's your business telling you, hey, something is not flowing and we need to adjust it. So if your STR is low, you're going to hear every word, start relisting, delistings, list more. And the solution, and remember, I am a reseller and I built a multi-million-dollar company just with my own money. I'm the only service right now with no sales team, no advertising, no paid collaborators. Everything is organic. So we understand, if I am applying my success of sell-through rate on my reselling business to my software business. It works, people. It works. It works. So if your STR is low, the solution is not listing more. So the solution is to optimize what you already have and create better listings moving forward. So you start with you already have, so you can create and tweak the process. You don't need to stop doing everything you are. You just need to make some changes and see how is that generating more income and converting your listings faster into a sale. Whether it's titles using relevant keywords, okay, not just filter words, descriptions that are clear, not generics or overworldly, missing item specifics that are super relevant for the category you're choosing. Pricing maybe based on emotional purchases,
Right.
or because in the past this was my bread and butter. Okay, this always did good for me. You know how many times, Trish, I had to stop my bread and butter because it just wasn't selling anymore. And then the other one, Trish, is cross-listing everything randomly everywhere without a strategy. That one is the one that, as a cross-listing service, I think that was the reason we rushed with Amanda to be the first service to have AI that really thinks like resellers. Love you, eBay, love Poshmark, but we all know what happened with their AI, when they launched their AI creation listing. So we're inviting everybody. We have 100 free listings when you can check our AI, all plans in list perfectly. Now, another thing that I see that people are not maximizing, Trish, or I can do that manually, and they're not using automation, list perfectly automation where you should. And I think that optimization.
Smart automation matters, right? Smart automation matters. We are not saying to automate every single process in the world. We're saying to look at what's available and make the decisions based on what you have and what works for you in your business. Smart automation matters. Same thing with smart listing. Smart listing matters. And the longer you're in this game, the more you've got to tweak to stay in it and stay relevant and to make sure what you're doing is worth your time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so let's talk about two things. Julie in the chat said some people may not know what STR means. So I just want to really quickly, STR is sell-through rate. And your sell-through rate is how long it takes you to sell something, right? So if I buy something in January, how many days does it, and I list it, not buy it, I apologize. It goes from when you list, how long till I list it to how long it's going to sell. And that number is usually figured out. I mean, you should be able to know, right? You should have a rough idea that I can sell this within 6 months. I can sell this within 12 weeks. I can sell this iPhone, if I price it below cost, I can sell this in a day, right? So some of the items matter in price and etc. But the sell-through rate that we are going to talk about is internal sell-through rate. So what your platforms are doing. And I would like to say this, you can look at it as a store, what your whole store sell-through rate is, but you can also look at it per platform, which is what we're going to challenge you to do, right? Exactly. That's the challenge we have for you guys. And the reason this was Clara's idea. I want to give props where props are due. This was Clara's idea. And what she said to me was, why would we look at it per store when you could have one platform that is holding down everything, right? Instead of all the boats rising, what if one of your platforms is an anchor and it's holding down your entire sell-through rate of your business? Why aren't we looking at them separately? And she is absolutely right. So what we're going to do is we're going to challenge you to pick one marketplace. And when you do that, you can do it a couple of different ways, right? Clara, you could pick your best performing and see if you can just put your nose to the grindstone and try to make it as best as it can be. Or you could pick your worst performing sell-through rate and see if you can use this challenge not only to try to win a great prize, but to make your business better. So there's some strategy involved in that too, what platform you're going to pick.
Oh, and I want to demystify something, Trish, okay?
Sure.
That if you think, okay, that you are, let's say that you're a simple plan or a business plan, okay? And if you think, let's say that Crystal Mouse that has 10,000 listings with Pro Plus is going to beat you, We made sure that this is going to go by percentage. And actually, because Crystal has been using all the automation and all the tools of List Perfectly, her margin of improvement is going
Much
to be
smaller.
dramatically less
Right.
than someone that is now taking this seriously. So some of the prices are going to be 1 free year of List Perfectly, 6 months free of List Perfectly, 3 months free of List Perfectly, one-on-ones with Trish and myself, you name it. We're going to be doing really good prices that they're not only they're going to help you to save money, and we all like cash, but we want to give you a sustainable practice that will help you to change your business analysis of your reselling businesses forever.
So a couple of questions came in, so I'm gonna try to answer them. But before I do answer them, let me just tell you basically how it's gonna work, and then I can try to answer a few more questions. So you're
And
gonna
I'll
choose
share the blog, okay, in the meantime. So everybody, in the meantime, so I'll share while you say that, if you don't mind, Trish.
No, of course.
Okay.
So you're gonna choose one marketplace, and then what you're gonna do is you can strategically decide which marketplace you want to focus on. And then you're going to take a starting screenshot. So what you're going to do, you're going to go in and you're going to take a screenshot of how many items you've listed and how many items have sold in the last 30 days. So Chris said, would selecting a new to you platform with hopes to grow that platform, would that make sense? No, you have to have something already on there at the start of the contest so that we can measure. So right, Clara? You need to have items. I said, Chris is saying, would selecting a new to you platform with hopes to grow the platform, that makes sense to select the platform for the contest? No, it has to be you already have to be on the platform.
Yes.
Because it's about improvement, not about if you're brand new. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're going to take.
Question. Thank you.
Yeah, very good question. So you're going to take. I have 100 items on Etsy, but want to grow Etsy. Yes, you can use that one, Chris. Absolutely. Because you're already on it.
Yeah.
So you want to choose one marketplace. Then you're going to take your starting screenshots. You're going to take your starting shot, how many items you have listed. And you're also, if it has to be two separate, some of these platforms, you're going to be able to do one shot. Some you're going to have to take a couple of shots. You're also going to take a shot of how many sales you've had. Now, if you have 100 items listed and you've never had a sale there, just put that in. That's fine. And you're going to submit through internal List Perfectly messaging. So everybody's going to get a message by Monday afternoon. We're hoping. We just have a little technical thing we're working out with somebody else. And so as soon as that is done, everybody's going to get a message. And you'll be able to reply to that message, and you'll be able to put your screenshots in there, and you'll be able to ask questions in there. And it's also going to direct you to all of the directions and how you do it. And it's all going to be inside List Perfectly. And the idea is improvement. We are not trying to just see who can. Listen, everybody loves a listing.
Listing more. I see these contests and I'm like, it's not about listing more. If listing more, okay, would make you money, we will be trillionaires, all of us. All right. We tried that path. Okay. We feel like in the spinning wheel of the hamster. All right. I feel like we're the dangling carrot. All right. So this is about optimization and what strategy, because the strategy that Trish will use is not the one that is going to be effective for, let's say, okay, someone in the audience. All right. For Chris, for example.
Right.
And that's what we want to clarify. And I think this is the part that gets lost sometimes with influencers. Is like, here's my success, here's how I made it. We run and copy, but you shouldn't be copying without thinking if that's a perfect fit for your business. And we're going to teach you what things you should be discerning and asking yourself in order to determine what process is accurate for you.
Here's the other thing about that. I mean, you are absolutely right. But the other part of that is, we all have access to different inventory, right? So even if you watch somebody and you think, oh, I'd love to do what they do, you might never be able to do what they do, especially if they're a picker, right? And they have access. Bill, our friend Bill, lives in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Trust me, he can get stuff none of us can, right? Because they have tremendous antiques and vintage, and they just have these auctions. And so sometimes you have to sell what you're able to get. And so some of this is figuring out, is my inventory working? Do I need to think about switching? Is this really a good fit for me? Are these items making me any money?
Right?
And all of this can be done through sell-through rate.
Exactly. Exactly. So the thing here that we need you to understand is how are you going to optimize listings in batches in a way that you can create a sustainable practice that you can prove that is helping you sell more and faster. All right. Overall. So, like we said, you have to think with marketplace. You gotta commit with these are where commitments are. Okay. You gotta commit to a marketplace, and we're gonna measure your performance in that marketplace for a whole 4 weeks, 28 days. All right, starting today. So yes, today go and choose your marketplace and get a screenshot. Make sure that we can see also a timestamp. Okay, I want to see a timestamp, and I want to see your commitments, and that we're going to show you how to submit those screenshots. So, and then we're going to ask you for another screenshot at the end of the contest, so we can determine who are gonna be the one of the many winners. We have many prizes, so we promise. We were very generous with Trish. So before we go into the prizes, I want to say there are many ways, okay, that we can create faster turnarounds. All right, Trish, for example, if you can, for example, from creating 1-2 listings with our listing assistant, now we just took it from 18 seconds or 20 down to 12 seconds. In 6 images, we read and we create the listing in 12 seconds. Go try it. And we can do it in batches, large batches. Yes, any platform. Thank you, Gina.
Yeah.
Any platform that lists perfectly is integrated with. All right. I want to make something clear because we want to make sure that we can measure your progress and help you in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gina, that might be really interesting to see what happens. Tommy said, is 4 weeks enough time to see a change? It
Love
seems
you,
like
Tommy.
platform
I'll
algorithms
take
seem to
your
take time.
case myself, Tommy. I'll take your case myself. Okay. All I need you guys is to trust myself and Trish. We're going to challenge you to try new things. This might be slightly uncomfortable, but we're going to challenge you because what we're going to suggest you to do are proven methods. These are not random techniques, but proven methods. Tommy, I can't wait to work with you and your stores. Oh, thank you, Gina. Let's do this. Let's do this. More sales, and let's focus on what sells more. Followers are great, okay? Likes and offers are amazing, okay? Don't take me wrong, but sales are the ones that pays the bills.
And I just want to say, we had said this isn't a listing contest.
No.
I don't want anyone, I know I'm going to contradict myself. I don't want anyone, if you're a 20 a day lister, I don't want you to not list the 20 a day. Okay.
Yeah.
We are not, the algorithm feeds off of consistency. Okay. So the algorithm, if whatever you're selling, whatever you're listing, keep that up. I don't want you to go back. I want you to keep at that level because you don't want to mess with your algorithm. Consistency across the board is so important. So what we're talking about is being consistent, but then optimizing afterwards, right? Making sure what you're doing is giving you the best listing. And then what happens is, testing improves the STR. So if you do something for 2 weeks and nothing is happening and you don't have anybody looking at it, fix it. Go change it. Why isn't anybody looking at it? Figure out why anybody isn't looking at your listing and let's fix it to get it sold.
Exactly. And we're going to show you exactly what steps. We're going to show you which questions. What are the alerts? Okay. You should be on standby in order to know which direction to go. STR in the, calculating what sells more than what list is the way that you're going to grow your business in a sustainable way without going through slow seasons and then trying to guess what's working. You're going to be ahead of the game. And this is going to give you the strategy you need in order to source. And so you eliminate those slow seasons. Yes, let's talk about eliminating your slow season. That's not a dream. Let's make it happen.
And you can also, look at, there are some of us who had a pretty steady business. Not now. Let me be fully clear. Not now, but before I had a very steady business, and I had a very steady business because I knew there were certain times of the year I had to put more time in. I had to put more listings in to get the same out, right? Because the
Yeah.
market would dip down, especially for used clothing.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter for me was never great because people aren't giving used clothing as
Right.
gifts. So I would have to make up in volume for fourth quarter, and then I could go back in first quarter and go back to my regular listing. So
Wow.
there are things that you need to figure out. If you want this to be a sustainable business for yourself, there are things that you need to figure out. And when I say that, I mean there are business things you need to figure out for your own business. Hi, Carol. And this is one way to start that. Amy asked if you choose Poshmark,
Mm-hmm.
delist, relist, tweak that listing, will that count? Yeah, absolutely. Well,
That's again,
delist, tweaking it,
yeah, you
absolutely.
can do. You can even hire those businesses that will delist and release. Okay, if you want in 2 seconds. Okay, but we're measuring is sales. All right. And guys, that I've been telling you, if delisting, relisting, okay, automatically, all
Well,
right,
she
with
wrote tweak. She said
yeah,
tweak, so she knows.
no, I
Yeah,
know Amy's.
yeah. Amy
I
knows.
know Amy, but I'm not
Yeah.
saying Amy does. But again, we're gonna show you when delisting relisting, because it's not always a bad idea. Delisting relisting is good, but you have to do it. Some marketplace requires tweak. There is others that don't. Okay, and we're gonna show you which one. So yes, certainly you can choose Amy, you can choose Poshmark. I love Lee Hallison says if 30-day sales or 90 days. And you know what? I love that you asked that question. I said 30 days because we are a sales growth software. I want to show you why. We always say in one month of List Perfectly pays for the whole subscription of the whole year. You can choose to go with, let's say, free options, okay, or okay, going on a budget. But again, what you invest with List Perfectly, you will get in returns with sales. So we're
So
excited. Say, what?
I'm sorry. Tommy just cracked me up. When and where are you going to teach us? So I could hear him in my
Oh,
head, like what he said.
yeah, gosh, where could it be? All
Where
right.
could it be, Tommy?
I'm going to answer this question only because Tommy is asking. Okay. So thank you, Tommy. Listing Party here is our platform created for all List Perfectly members. There is no extra. You don't have to pay anything extra. So with Listing Party, you will go through different educational sessions in which is available 24/7, and it's a safe learning environment. When you log in with the same credentials of List Perfectly. And all you have to do is at the top, you go to events right here, and there you are. This is the after party. In this after party today, this is a very important and special after party because Trish, for those of you that haven't attended, if you are List Perfectly customer and you haven't tried Listing Party, I invite you to join us now because Trish, can you share with us what are you going to do especially for our members today in the after party, please?
Sure. So we're gonna have an after party after this, and I have a worksheet. So we do worksheets quite almost every day during mastermind. But for anybody who doesn't come, I kind of do these worksheets that kind of help you go over the topic that we've done. And I have one today for the after party. But Clara, if you want to go down a little, I just want to show
Yes,
them what's going to happen on Wednesday. So for the
absolutely.
next 4 Wednesdays,
Getting there, getting there.
okay, for the next 4 Wednesdays.
There's a lot of session. It's getting there. Okay, ahí está. There it is. Yay.
Okay, there it is. For the next 4 Wednesdays, we're going to have a sell-through rate class every Wednesday. I think it's going to be on Wednesdays every week, but we're going to vary the time so that if you have a job, if you only can come at night, if you can only come in the morning, Clara and I are going to try to do a different time every Wednesday for the next 4 weeks. And we're going to focus on this. So we're going to try to help you not only abstractly, but we're going to try to help you individually. So if you feel comfortable and you want to show your numbers, we'd be there to help. You can come in and ask questions. We're going to be there and we're going to talk about a different topic every week. And we're going to have some surprise guests come in and talk about sell-through rate and what they think is important during these sessions also. So Clara and I are going to be doing that for the next 4 weeks. And Julie, it's going to be recorded, my friend. So we don't usually record listing parties. The only thing that is recorded is this every week. We don't record listing parties for a few reasons. And one of them is, oh, hey, Becky, we're glad you're here. One of the reasons we don't record them is because we want people to feel free to talk about their business and not worry about being on the internet, etc. So what we're going to do is we are going to do these will be recorded. If you show your numbers and you don't want them on there, I will edit them out. But what I'm hoping is that we can have a really good discussion and people can really talk about things and we can put it out so the other members can see it. And this will be a way also for a lot of people to understand what happens in listing party. You know, we have a really great group of a couple hundred people who are involved in listing party, but we have a lot more customers than that. And I think a lot of it is because people don't really understand the benefit. And we would like to show them, you know, what we do and why we're there. And, you know, Clara and I both take it very seriously that we are only successful if you guys are successful. And we want you to be as successful and to get your business where you want it to be.
Exactly. So we're very excited. Let's focus on what sells more. And again, this is not a listing contest. This is a sales contest. We're salespeople. So we're going to optimize our selling process, our listing process, our shipping, from you name it, from answering messages. Sometimes, yes, answering messages on time on marketplaces can improve the visibility of your listings. Simple things like that. Okay. So we're going to be really going thoroughly with Trish. Yes, Trish, let's help you.
I just want to say yes. It doesn't have to be done today, Kara, but in the next, you know, I think Clara put on 14 days. So, but you don't have to do it today, but the next few days, yes, exactly 30 days.
Exactly. Let me put the link to the blog, Kara. For everybody, I'm going to put again link to the blog. So we have the rules of the contest, link of blog with contest.
And you will also get a message. Everybody in List Perfectly will get an internal message by Monday afternoon with everything with everything stated in it and how to do it all. And you can always and I'll be monitoring those. So if you have any questions, if you want whatever, you can ask in that once we get them out.
Absolutely. What an incredible session, Trish. I am so, Becky, let us know, Becky. So we try 100 free listings. Okay. So the 5 days money back guarantee gives you access to listing party as well. So literally in seconds, you can be with us. I recommend you join us and come and see what we have. You know, we're we have a very good reputation with List Perfectly. We have a very strong community. And again, I want to emphasize, thank you everybody for the support to List Perfectly. We've been more than 6 years in business. We have no sales team. We pay no advertising. We don't pay content creators. And yet, you know, we're an incredible company. Thanks to you. So thank you everybody for watching. Trish and myself, we want to invite you to join us in Listing Party. She's going to have worksheets. We're going to also have spreadsheets later on in the week. We're going to have a lot of things to help you measure your sell-through. Oh, thank you, Julie. Yes.
Julie.
So we
really think Clara and I never say it ever. We never ask anyone to subscribe. We never ask for thumbs. We really thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, everybody, for helping List Perfectly, being an amazing company. Thank you, Valerie. I'll see you, everybody, on Listing Party. Have an amazing week.